the 7-star pool.
Cool, let's
go. For
go.
the first time ever. Hey, chat, which one do you want to see first? Is it tech? It better be.
That's what's on screen.
All right, let's take a look here. Rocket Raccoon, War Machine, Mysterio, Guillotine 2099, Iron Man Infinity War, Shuri.
Yeah.
Boom! It's all right here. Walk us through. Firstly, let me ask you, who is your MVP from this pool? And then walk us a little bit through the design, like the philosophy in crafting the 7-star pool.
So I'll do the second one first, because I think it's a really important thing to touch on.
Yeah.
So when we launched 6 stars, the launch roster was not very well received.
Yeah.
There are a lot of champions that they didn't measure up. A lot of them have actually since been reworked, which is again kind of another sign. Yeah. Reworked or tuned up, which is again another sign that like they may have been in a less than great spot.
Yeah.
And so when crafting the 7-star base pool, we didn't want that. Obviously, like different champions are going to have different value to different people, but we wanted to craft the pool with intentionality. And so we made sure to put in champions who filled lots of boxes, either from like a utility perspective, they could have good prestige.
Yep.
Obviously, you want like solid champions to play as. That's very, very important to the game. But then also, we have a couple of defending champions, or defender champions in each pool, who, in addition to being fun to play, can be a bit of a headache in something like AW or Battlegrounds.
Yeah.
So we have an overall ethos for crafting the 7-star pool, where we want to be very careful and intentional about when we add champions to the pool to make sure that when you open a 7-star crystal, it always feels like you're getting something that is of value to you.
Yeah. You said it to me yesterday as well, and I think it's a really great way to say it, is we don't want people to feel disappointment opening their 7-star cards. Now, obviously that's subjective, and different people have different needs and favorites and those types of things, but we want there to be a distilled sense of excitement.
Yes.
You're opening a 7-star, there shouldn't be things for you to pull to upset you.
Yeah, pretty much.
We want you to be excited.
Yeah.
Who's your, if you could perfectly craft your own roster, who would you pick from this?
From this particular pool?
Yeah.
Mysterio's got a bit of a place in my heart there.
Yeah.
Just from like the champions that I've played over time. I didn't make any of these, to clarify. These
okay, so you don't have any personal
so,
attachment to these.
No, but there's lots of like just cool stuff in this pool. Rocket obviously got a really great rework a few months ago now. Prestige got way bumped up, just utility and damage got way bumped up, so he's really sweet in here. Guillotine 2099, Shuri more so targeting that long form content, or we call it Everest content sometimes internally, so that'll be great for them. Iron Man Infinity War is taking that defender box I mentioned. He's going to be a pain, I'm sorry. And then you've got cool other utility options in War Machine and Mysterio. War Machine is able to donate abilities, pre-fight abilities to other tech champions, and Mysterio has, in addition to just like some cool funky utility, he's got a really great heal block on his light attacks.
Cool.
So,
yeah. I'm really glad that we brought you on, because here's my contribution to this conversation. I have Guillotine 2099 in my roster, and she's cool. So I'm glad that you could speak in detail in like meaningful ways about each of these champions.
Accounts.
Right? But it's got a baby account, all right? I'm still working through it. I'm working hard, but I'm loving it. Okay, before we move into the next class here, let's remind everybody that you get one entry into the giveaway. I'm happy to have everyone here. You have to be twitch.tv/Kabam, make an account, ! Giveaway, you won. You get one, all right? So I still see all the giveaways blowing up here. That's fantastic. Just make sure you're only doing it once, okay?
Yep.
All right, from you, chat, beautiful summoners, what class do you want to see next? It's a slideshow.
I was going to say, I don't think we can change the order. No,
I made the slideshow. But they can. Somebody in here's requesting what they want.
Okay.
And somebody's going to get it. Did you say skill? All right, let's look at skill. Skill I'm pumped for. Korg, Killmonger, Elsa Bloodstone, Mantis, Hawkeye, and Falcon.
Yeah.
Woo!
This pool is sweet. I like
This is a good pool.
I like all the pools, to clarify, but there's a lot of like spicy options in here.
Yeah.
The biggest standout to me here is definitely Elsa.
Yes.
She's got that super cool, we call it a hit evade internally, where you trigger the evade mechanic, but as part of doing so, she throws out that shot that counts as a hit, and so it stuns the opponent, and you can follow up in a combo. So she has lots of really cool gameplay opportunities, especially in matchups where your parry isn't working for some reason, you can't stun the opponent. She's still able to get openings in ways that few other champions can. And actually, Killmonger's in kind of a similar spot because of the indestructible or the unstoppable charges that he gets when he blocks. So there's really, really cool options there. Korg is the defender option.
He's such a nightmare. I still haven't figured it out.
Like a marquee defender for years and years and years and years. Oh god, we don't want to. Mantis, super cool. She is getting a damage tune-up. Her damage tune-up is in the beta this month or next month. Time is a weird construct.
Yeah, it's all made up.
3 different months at a time. But yeah, in addition to her super cool like tranquilizing utility that she debuted with, she's getting tuned up. So she's awesome. Hawkeye, similarly, when we released Kate Bishop a month or 2 ago, he got some slight tweaks to his perfect release mechanic to make that easier to use. Falcon got his tune-up a year-ish and change ago. Awesome utility with the lock on there. So this whole, I love the skill pool here. It's really awesome.
I think it's a good one.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's my favorite, but I think it's up there for sure. Elsa Bloodstone's one of my MVPs in my roster. Elsa Bloodstone was my first ever 5-star.
Oh yeah.
And my second ever 5-star. I was like, cool, I'm going to build out my 5-star roster. No, I just duped her. So at the time, I was sad, but man, still on my roster now, even though it's largely overtaken by 6 stars. To me, it's the utility in the Incinerate and Cold Snap.
Oh yeah.
Evade champs, I'm going to take you in at a class disadvantage if I can shut down the immune. The evades. Unreal. I love this one. I think it's great. Chat, summoners, what do you want to see next? Which class?
Again, it doesn't matter. Well, it matters. We care about your opinion.
Did you say Cosmic?
Because here we go.
Venom the Duck, Silver Surfer, Gamora, Gore, and Terrax. There's some terrifying ones in there. Gore for me stands out. Gore, you talk more about Gore in a second.
Sure, yeah.
But Gore's on my roster, awful to play against on defense, and that's why I love him. Now you say.
That's my fault. I made Gore.
There we go.
I think he's also really fun to play as, for the record. But yeah, Gore and Terrax are taking that defender box, and Gore's got some really super cool, just the way that he inflicts dots and the whole buff mechanic for him, I think was really, really cool.
Yeah.
Other highlights here. Venom has a special place in my heart. He was the first 4-star I got and carried me through a bunch of. Oh yeah, this was quite early.
I think that's so cool that everyone has their own summoner's journey.
Yeah, but
right?
I've always just really liked. He's got a very clean loop of kind of building up and managing those symbiote buffs, converting them into Fury, then SP2 cash out. So super clear-cut choice there. Gamora is interesting and mildly terrifying to me, actually. We've been doing a lot of internal play tests with her, and her damage is kind of nutty, especially in longer form content. So it's very cool and mildly terrifying to see how she's going to do that with 7-star base stats.
Yeah.
And what else we got here? Venom the Duck's interesting. In addition to being very funny to play against.
It is fun.
He's sort of kind of on a short list for when we want to take perhaps the numbers past that.
Oh.
We don't have a confirmed date for that at all, but it's we have a short list of it would be nice to tune up that champion. So he's on there. And then Surfer, in addition to super cool utility, I've always liked his loop. He's definitely on the prestige chase end of things.
Yeah. I think this is a solid group. Some big ones up there, literally just from side. A couple of things from that chat's pointed out. No Herc.
No Herc.
There was never going to be a Herc.
No, we're not going to put
You knew
Herc
that in your hearts.
Yeah.
You knew it down deep in your souls that there wasn't going to be a Herc. Come on. I'm sorry. But on the other side of it, I've seen people being like, Groot? No Groot either. No Groot. So, hey, we'll call it a wash.
Yeah.
Even. All right, let's move on here. We've got Science.
Yep.
Ooh.
Beef.
Beefy. Oh, we got Hulk, Overseer, Joe Fixit, Spider-Gwen, Titania, and Spider-Man here. Pound for pound, literally just size, this is the biggest class by a long shot. We got 3 Hulks in there.
Yep. And then Titania doesn't mess around either.
Titania don't mess around.
Nope.
I love Titania's vibe. I know she's one of our newer champions, and maybe there's an attachment there for me because she came out a little after I started working here.
Right.
But like a wrestler, come on, she looks so cool.
Yes, absolutely.
She looks so cool. All right, well, give us your initial
Yeah, I'll talk about the
your
pool.
thoughts here.
Let's start. Hulk and Spider-Man, we'll kick it off with them. They both got reworks very, very recently. Hulk last month, Spider-Man this month or next month. Like I said, time is weird. But they got big glow-ups. Hulk especially, really, really, really solid damage. He kept his SP1 stun lock loop, so I'm super excited to see him in this. And like he's such a classic Marvel champion. Like we really had to make sure that we included a bunch of those those key characters. So that's him. Spider-Man similarly. I really, really like his buff. I know there's been like some talk in the community about it, but I think it landed really strong. So super excited to see him here.
I think it's important when we talk about buffs that when we're buffing champs, we're improving them.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're not making them the best champion in the game.
No.
Every time we buff a champion, if it becomes the best champion in the game, it's just absolute chaos and it breaks everything. So you guys always have specific design intent.
Yeah.
Where do we want them to thrive? What's our intention? You said it earlier, our very specific intentionality. And I was like, okay, all right, that sounds great.
I could probably fill a whole stream about like our design goals for champions.
Yeah.
We won't do it right now. I know we have stuff we have to get to, but yeah.
We have important things.
Yeah, so we'll keep talking about it. Overseer, definitely, he's ticking that defender box. He got that super cool, like the young maestro mechanic or thematic as far as, he got the Silver Surfer board that he uses. It's super sweet. Spider-Gwen, also kind of a champion who holds a special place in my heart because, again, when I started playing, I thought it was super cool, and that was back when she had an SP1 that didn't do anything. It was just a backflip that didn't do damage, and I thought that was neat. And then I got here and started working, and my coworkers were all like, "You made a bad choice. People don't like her. You're wrong." So she's obviously since been improved. I really like her loop. And we already touched on Titania.
Unreal. So cool.
She has a, I don't really necessarily even want to call it niche, but her whole like haymaker, unstoppable, unblockable, kind of dash back, intercept, really pummel the opponent vibe is a super, super cool bit of gameplay that we don't see on a ton of champions. And so I'm super excited to see her in the pool.
Yeah, I think it's a solid pick. That one makes me happy.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a number of questions in chat, more about the giveaway than about the pool, but
that makes sense.
If you do not see a message saying that you got a ticket, you got a ticket. I'm looking at the numbers right now. There are 7,300 entries into this draw. I guarantee you that there's not been 7,300 messages come through about getting a ticket. If you hit exclamation point giveaway, you got it.
Yeah.
You're there. Yeah. Okay. Let's move along.
Yep. Let's do it.
Let's move along here. Mutant, my favorite class. My favorite class outright here. We've got Sauron, Bishop, Domino, Gambit, Storm Pyramid X, and Sunspot. Whew! Can we just start at Domino? I just feel like we got to get that.
Do we have to?
Oh, come on, you guys. 7-star Domino? That's crazy. That's the highlight for me. If we're going perfect, that's me. That's me. That's the one. Boom.
To her credit, she is carrying me through a lot of content right now. She's my highest ranked up 6-star. But my goodness, that girl can uncover bugs like nobody's business. It's like she's been out for years now, and even still, like every other month, someone will say, "Oh, that is broken with Domino." We're like, "Oh, again, okay."
Is it?
So
No.
I'm very excited to see her in the 7-star pool, and like the 7-stars use the same code as the 6s. She's not going to make more bugs because she's a 7-star.
Yeah.
But when I saw her on the list, I was like, ah, yes, my nemesis. But she's super exciting. She's obviously got like great damage, really cool loop. Maybe one day she will get her classic trinity with Masakure and Red Hulk as a 7-star set. That would be super cool, right? Not currently possible, but we're keeping an eye on that, obviously. Other cool options here. Bishop's been in a lot of people's minds recently since his update. The infamous Iron Man release was even quite specifically targeted at him specifically because we know that people are struggling to fight him. He does a bunch of damage and he just kills you a lot.
Yeah. A peek behind the curtain when we made the Inside the Contest video talking about Infamous Iron Man for the first time, I got the doc from the champ designer,
Yeah.
and it literally said, "Hey, we built this to counter Bishop."
Yeah.
And I went, I don't think we say that outright, right? There's other reasons.
There's other reasons. That was definitely one of them, though.
That was definitely a motivating factor.
Other stuff from the pool. Sunspot is so sweet. I have he's got one of my favorite animation sets in the game. Actually, the whole like capoeira combat thing. I think the animation team just absolutely crushed. He's got
Our team don't miss.
Our team don't miss. He's got the classic Kirby crackle. I think he's super sweet. Again, also a prestige chase. Storm Pyramid X. The whole like. Tempest, weather, cycling, glancing stuff is just really awesome. Yeah, this pool is fantastic.
This is solid. Yeah, Mutants for me, a soft spot. Definitely the cartoons as a kid. Even the movies as a teenager, but then you go back and you're like, oh, but movies though? They don't. Your nostalgia is coloring your viewpoint of those. But then, hey, then they get even better with the more recent. Not all of them, with some of the more recent ones. So Mutants, to me, this is my favorite. And again, I'm dual class, because I'm still 5 stars. Dual class, Mutants, skill, boom, give them both to me. So I like both of those pools. I'm pleased. Cool. How many we got? One more?
I think just one more.
Okay, let's take a look at the last one here. We got Mystic, Dragon Man, Mangog, Wiccan, Wongers. I wrote it. This is what happens when you let me make slides. Wongers, America Chavez, and Sasquatch Canadian Icon.
Yep.
This is solid too.
This is great. You've got like long form content for in the form of Wongers.
Yeah, Wongers.
Yep. Dragon Man, Mangog, Sasquatch, your big beefy defenders. Sasquatch especially has just a bananas amount of health, and so when you apply that onto a 7-star, I've seen the numbers for how high his health is going to get as he gets into the later ranks of 7s. It's ridiculous. And then Wiccan's got like an amazing utility suite as far as the stuff that he can do. Super strong, neutralize, lots of really cool mechanics in there. America Chavez also, she's a really cool design case for me with just the way that she like punishes and capitalizes on buffs and heavy canceling into her special attack. I think it's super cool. Yeah, this is a sweet pool.
This is a sweet pool. My favorite was, so we released yesterday a silhouette of all of these images, right? And people were like theory crafting, and some of them were pretty obvious. Like, who's that winged character in the back of the Mystic class?
Who knows? Mystic with
some
wings.
of those were pretty easy, but some of them were a little more difficult. I like that people were like, science class, the blob, because it's like you can't see any cracks in it because of all the beef. But my favorite was that yesterday somebody posted their theories about the Mystic class, and someone said Wiccan, and someone went, no way, he's too strong, they would never. And I was like, is he good? I need him on my roster now.
He is very good.
So I learn from our community more than I think they're aware of.
Oh yeah.
So I'm excited for these. For you personally, which one of these class pools stands out number one? Because for me, it's Mutant. It's just so easy.
I think for me, the single pool that stands out the most is skill.
Okay.
Yeah, which is interesting because it's interesting. Of those skill champions, I don't have any of them ranked up on my main account. They're just not what I opened.
Yeah.
But from an overall like design perspective, I think that's the one that stands out the most to me.
I like that. Summoners, what's your favorite class for these starter 7-star pools here? I'm seeing a number of people